Come On Everybody was born out of this desire to create a space for artists and community members who exist on the periphery of the sort of standard live music venue scene, and to create a stage and a space and a platform for queer and POC artists and community members to thrive. I've done venue programming in the past at various venues throughout New York City, and then we came across this space when we were looking at venues, and this was a vacant space that had a stage already, so it was kind of perfect. And then we took over the lease and made it work from there.
The real story is that Eric said we're going to open a venue, and I said okay. And then we did, and here we are.
Yeah.
When I heard the name of the club, I was like, that's a strange name for a club. Come on, everybody. Entering, you come through a bar, and then we came into the door here, into the other room. And it was great. It was just, the atmosphere was wonderful, and it reminded me of, like, there's a club in Manhattan called the Bitter End, where people were, like, right there at your feet as you perform. And that was the same thing here. Like, you could look up into somebody's mouth as they were singing.
Some of my favorite memories here are just like sitting in the sound booth and watching a night kind of unfold. I love watching artists develop in this space. This is usually a stage that's one of the first ground zeros of an artist's career, just because it's a small room, and being able to watch them grow and develop an audience and develop confidence in what they're doing and present, their first album and then grow from there has been really special.
Having been involved in venue programming for a while and going to venues as a concert goer and looking around a room and feeling like, it's sort of your very stereotypical cis white hetero male scene, and really wanting to create a space that is diverse, that felt really necessary, and creating the spaces felt really powerful. And I know it's empowered a lot of other guests and customers and artists that come here.
I moved to Brooklyn 2 years ago, and I was looking for bars that were connected to the queer community here, and my sister gave me a list, and I went and dropped my resume off at a bunch of places, and Mike and Eric reached out. As queer people, it's so hard to get the funding to open up your own place. That's a goal I have, and so actually when I learned about that, I was like, oh, this makes me really happy just to enter the space.
Yeah, I remember coming here and seeing the space for the first time and the layout, and I thought, this is going to be a magical place. And the owners, we knew personally, and we knew that they were going to take extra care to make sure that the community here in Brooklyn and those who come from other places felt welcome.
I think a lot of that is represented in the programming that Eric puts together here. It's very intentional, and it's done in a way where it's not a theme. It's genuine. It's represented in the staff. It's everyone you see in here is representing those ideals.
I also noticed the first time I arrived and I was getting out of the car outside, and I looked at the people coming in, and it was just like, wow, they were young, they were gay, straight, in between. And it was just like, for me, that's like a perfect sweet spot. There's no like, this is not a rock club, this is not a dance club, this is not a, folk club, or it's a space for people to come and meet and make music or just enjoy being together.
We've provided residencies for artists to experiment and to do their thing and feel safe about that. And so that's been really nice to provide.
As far as people of color and queer, I mean, we exist in the intersection of that. Mm-hmm. And so to know that this is here and a home created with us in mind is just so very important to us.
Set you free. Let the music set you free. Set you free. Set you free. Let the music set you free. Set you free. Set you free. Let the music set you free. Set you free. Set you free. Let the music set you free. Set you free. Set you free. Yeah.
Bed-Stuy is a historically black community, and as we started to build out the space, we realized the importance of connecting to the existing community as well as welcoming new folks who are relatively new to the neighborhood to sort of combine and create a place for everyone.
You can't be in New York if you don't belong to a community. I think being a part of a community is the essence of being a New Yorker. It's the essence of belonging to the music scene.
This is a place you can come into. This is a place that will be kind to you. And I think that's how you fight gentrification. You don't create spaces that alienate people.
It's a neighborhood space.
We've actually developed a really great rapport with our neighbors. We did a GoFundMe for doing some soundproofing in the back room, and one of our neighbors donated to it. So that's sort of the vibe of us and of this neighborhood.
One great thing about the community that Come On Everybody in particular has fostered is I can almost guarantee that anytime I come to Come On Everybody, it could be some random day, I'm probably gonna know somebody who's here.
Mike and Eric are very sweet and also pick people who have good hearts to work here, and that's how you have a space in which instead of like being stone cold, I'm so cool, people are like, hi, like, oh yeah, this is a place you can come into. This is a place that will be kind to you.
When you are shoulder to shoulder with people and people that share your story, it is such an incredible feeling.
I come to Come On Everybody to be inspired. There are so many times that I've watched a show here and then have immediately gone home to practice because it's like the people here are just pushing the boundaries in ways that make me want to be better.
So why are you here begging? Looks like you didn't think of everything before letting me out of sight. Can I alive? Can I come around? Say you're missing the sound of my every day. You can say it like that. I ain't got the time to lose on you, on you. No, I ain't got the time to lose on you, on you. No, I ain't got the time to lose on you, on you. No, I ain't got the time to lose on you, on you. No. Na, 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 na. I ain't got the time to lose on the likes of you,
I think one of the silver linings of COVID is that a lot of people were made aware of how important art is in society.
I think it's been a huge learning experience. I never would have imagined that we would have had to navigate this type of situation, and I feel like we've sort of done that, and I think we realized that the business is a lot stronger than we would have thought, and the community is a lot stronger than we would have anticipated in terms of rallying behind us and just coming together, which has been great.
I hope everybody doesn't jump back into the way things were immediately and then we have to take steps backward again. I hope that everybody can reopen responsibly.
I appreciate that Mike and Eric are like not just like, okay, we can do this, let's just do it 100%, but are doing it incrementally.
We're ready for y'all though.
Yeah.
We've been incubating, we've been planning. We're ready for y'all.
Taking our vitamins.
Stretching. Yoga.
We went out to a bar recently in Crown Heights and ran into one of our bartenders from here who happened to be there sitting at a table with maybe 8 other people, and we had a quick conversation with that bartender about the importance of this space, or like if it matters, and he was saying that everyone he was sitting at the table with were all people that he met from bartending here.
It's not just music, is so much more attached to a music venue than music.
Come On Everybody feels like a home, and it feels like a clubhouse. It feels like an environment that you can bring your friends and they'll understand what this place is immediately. There's nothing pretentious about it. There's a warm feeling when you're here. All of the staff has always been so incredibly nice.
Our goal is always to bring about joy and inspire joy in people, no matter what's happening in their lives personally or what's happening in the world. And so for us, this place is sacred.
I have missed being able to come here. I have missed those days when it's just like, I've had a bad day, but I know that like one of my friends is playing a show at Come On Everybody, and that I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have a good time.
Life without art, life without music, I don't think is possible. Even without words, you know, you can reach people, and that's what art, dance, painting, poetry, all of the arts in terms it's really the human salvation for me.
Never mind what they say, they're not about the love you know you have inside. Oh, but you can't afford anything you want, just explore your mind. Your mind. Oh, and what matters more is you know what you want, don't ignore your shine. Your shine. Oh, but you can't afford anything you want, just explore your mind. And what matters more is you know